Welcome to the Giving a Purpose podcast. We talk, you listen. Streaming to the world and beyond, we will talk about all aspects of life. We will host a variety of guests, where each week we will educate, motivate, encourage, and inspire you. Let's get started with your host, Mr. L.A.
Welcome to the Giving a Purpose podcast, where we bridge the highs, the lows, the lessons learned through life's journey and filling in the gap. Yes, it is. Yep. New week. Yeah, that energy is good. Mindset is good. We're going to keep that momentum going. Listen, I told you for a while, we are in the fourth quarter. We have to end this year with a bang. Listen, when you have that momentum, it is so much easier to roll into the next season. Remember, this is the fourth quarter. The new year will be here soon. So you should already be planning. You should already be getting your ducks in a row. You should be already getting that momentum, to make sure that you execute on the highest level, because it's about execution. Listen, you do not want to be a habitual trier. Listen, there's a lot of people that try stuff. There's not a lot of people that execute, and then execution on a higher level. Listen, your boy is trying to do big things in 2022. We're trying to take it to the next level. So I need you guys to stay focused with me. I need you guys to make sure that you are locked in. Now, I don't know if you guys know, this is my 100th episode. Listen, we've done 100 consecutive episodes nonstop. Listen, man, that is a milestone. So check this out. If you're new, if you're just getting on to the scene, right there in that corner, you see there, subscribe. Make sure you subscribe and make sure you click the bells, right? So you get those notifications. I need everybody to do that. First of all, I want to thank everybody that, celebrated with me. Now, you guys know my birthday was on the 4th, but I just had a birthday party celebration, man. A lot of people came out and celebrated, man. It was like a high school, college reunion. Family came through, and I just want to make sure I thank everyone for coming through and doing that. Man, it really felt good. Really appreciative. I want to thank all the people behind the scenes, all the photographer, all the caterers. Also want to send a special shout out to Miss Reed Fleet for doing her thing. She really helped me out, put this whole thing together. So, man, hopefully everybody enjoyed, got great feedback from it. So hopefully everybody, had a good experience. So I just wanted to make sure everybody had a good experience. Still bittersweet stuff, man. I do want to also dedicate this 100th episode to my cousin, who is like a second mom to me, Deborah Ann, who just passed away. Listen, man, cancer is something serious, man. So if you're feeling something, man, make sure you get checked out. 1, 2, make sure you're eating right, you're doing right, man. Cancer is a thing, and I just need everybody to make sure that we are in a positive mindset so we can think positive and we can heal. All right. Definitely going to miss her, but I want to dedicate this 100th episode to her. She meant a lot to me. Like I said, she was like a second mom growing up, and my cousins, we grew up like brother and sister. So I'm going to make sure they good. And I'm just going to miss her. And I'm very thankful for the time that God allowed us to share. What I want to talk to you guys about today is C versus C. Your character, right, versus your character. All right. Now, often people have made themselves into a character. I could say that. Some people have created this alter ego, if you want to say, right? Of maybe sometimes who they want to be, and it may not be, or it may be something that gives them that extra oomph or confidence to do something. All right. And they're playing a character, and it may not necessarily be who they really are. All right. And then it's your actual character, right? Your integrity. Things people do when you're not around, right? So that's your character. So what are you doing that people don't see that you're doing that's really you? That's your character. So let's kind of dig into it. So let's say you're in a relationship or something and you're sneaking around and nobody sees it, or let's say you're a student, you may be getting answers from some different things like that, but you may present yourself in a different way, like, oh man, I'm just super intelligent, or like I said, in that relationship, you're just super honest about stuff, but you're doing it behind the person's back, and you're doing what is not seen by most people. All right, because sometimes what you do in the dark and what you practice will be what you do in the light. But like I said, it could also be the character that you may be playing. So character is so important to me. I believe my character, right, is currency, right? Who I am and the doors that my character have opened are far more greater than a character that I could play, right? So I know that I've prided myself on being a good person, trying to do the right things, right? And being helpful, being careful, being honest, just trying to be a genuine person, right? And I try to do that in my private time, and I try to do that publicly. So everything lines up. So I don't have to necessarily, in this instant, code switch. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to code switch my integrity, because it's the same as when I'm by myself and when I'm in public. So that's why we go back to something that I've always preached and always said, man, you got to self-assess yourself, right? So when you self-assess yourself, right, you often pick out your flaws. And that's what I do in my private time. So like when I'm driving home, or if I'm in a shower, or if I'm just by myself chilling, those are the times that I self-assess and I check my character flaws, right? I'm not saying that your character has to be perfect, but it has to be something that you're working on, right? And so in those private times, that's when I self-assess. That's when I'm making sure that I do what I say. Like one of the pet peeves that I have is people that have these rules and things that they want to project on you, but they don't live by. You know what I'm saying? Whatever's good for the goose has to be good for the gander. Like you can't hold me to a standard of something that you're not living by, because it's not real. It's probably a part of the character that you're portraying and not your true character. Your true character may be to get over on people. It may be to use people. All right. But those are some of the things that you have to see, you have to project, and you have to know. One thing that I know about myself is that I like to observe things. I'm always checking out things, and I want to know people's character. I'd rather you tell me, like real talk, I'd rather you say I hate you. At least I know when I'm dealing with you, I know how to deal with you, and that I know your genuine feelings, and we don't have to pretend. It's not that I'm going to be rude, or you could be rude every time, but I know that I'm going to make sure that I'm in a place of where my integrity and my character is always going to be intact. Even if we disagree, even if I don't like you necessarily. Now, God told me I had to love you, but I don't have to like you or like the things that you do, because what you accept is what you allow, right? So if you're allowing somebody to do something, you're accepting that. You're accepting that's the character that they're presenting to you, and you're accepting the consequences that come with that, right? So that's how that works, right? But I need you guys to understand that you need to work on your character. What are you doing when nobody else is watching? What kind of integrity, what kind of foundational discipline and morals are you building that when you're with yourself, it bleeds on to when you're in public? All right. You want to make sure that there's a balance between your character and what you portray to people. All right. There are some things where, there are some different levels that we get to. There's different promotions that we get to that may allow us to act in a different maturity, but that comes with maturity and it comes with growth. So if you're growing, your character should grow too. Now, if you have a foundation of great morals and great respect and you have your personal commandments and your personal laws and things like that, it should grow with your character as you grow in your maturity. All right. Remember what I said last week, right? When you go to the next level, it's a different cost to that. It's a different price, right? But you don't want anybody ever, right? You can fault me sometimes if I mess up, if I'm making a mistake. But if you know my true character, you can't question that, because it's always going to be genuine. It's always going to be a place of love, right? So if you understand that, you understand the character that I am, and I'm not portraying a character. So make sure your character is intact and not portraying a character. Listen, like I told you guys, man, I appreciate you. I love you guys for tuning in like you always do. Listen, this is 100. Listen, I got 1 million more to go. 100 episodes, man. We come out every Monday. It hits at midnight. So while you're driving in your car, you can listen to it when you wake up. Listen, if you're at your desk, you can listen to it. Also, man, don't forget, I need you guys to make sure that you lock in on everything, right? I need you to lock in on everything. All right. Given a Purpose Podcast on IG. Given a Purpose Podcast has its own YouTube page. Like I said earlier, make sure you subscribe. Hit the subscribe button, hit that bell. Make sure you get those things, man. We need to get the subscribers up so we can reach more people, man. Tell somebody. I encourage you to tell someone about this great podcast. Also, the brand, Mr. LA. Listen, man, I got merch, man. I got my mindset execution is a part of my brand, Mr. LA. I want you guys to make sure that you support all of that. All right, Mr. LA. Also, you can check that out on IG, and the same thing on Twitter, Mr. LA_2. Also, listen, by the time when you guys listen to this, it'll be the beginning of the greatest fraternity, Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated. It starts our achievement week, right? So this is our achievement week, and we also have Founders Day on Wednesday. Man. If you know a Q, shout them out. Let them know Happy Founders Day. This is your favorite Q telling you to make sure you do that. This is, very important to, the legacy and greatness of our great fraternity. So make sure you check all those. Make sure you check on a Q and let them know you appreciate them and all those good things, man. You see all the things below. Don't forget to subscribe. You guys do the most important thing I need you to do ever. All right. Make sure you live on purpose and make sure you live in purpose. I'll see you guys next week. Peace.
You've been listening to the Giving a Purpose podcast. We hope you've enjoyed the show. Be sure to subscribe on iTunes, Spotify, or Google Play to get new, fresh weekly episodes. For more, follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter.